The Halal Times, the voice of Ummah. On Tuesday, Crown Prince Mohammed Bin Salman chaired the Saudi cabinet session in Neom. According to the official Saudi press agency, he briefed ministers on his recent meeting with Jordan's King Abdullah II, a meeting that on paper addressed bilateral ties, regional developments, and, of course, Palestinian statehood. The Crown Prince also updated the cabinet on his call with Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas, who expressed appreciation for the kingdom's so-called unwavering support in advancing Palestinian statehood and encouraging international recognition. The Saudi cabinet hailed announcements from Australia and New Zealand recognizing the state of Palestine, framing it as proof of a growing global consensus around a two-state solution based on 1967 borders with East Jerusalem as the capital. They went further, condemning Israeli actions in Gaza as occupation, accusing the Israeli authorities of committing starvation, ethnic cleansing, and other violations. They warned that the inability of the UN Security Council to halt such crimes threatens global stability. The cabinet also touched on Ukraine, reiterating Saudi Arabia's support for diplomatic solutions following a call between the Crown Prince and President Volodymyr Zelensky. They welcomed a peace agreement between Armenia and Azerbaijan, expressing hope for stability in the Caucasus. On the surface, it sounds like Mohammed Bin Salman is positioning himself as a voice of justice, a leader seeking peace, recognition for Palestine, and global stability. But scratch beneath the polished press releases, and the reality emerges. He has not and will not utter a single word that crosses the wishes of the United States or Israel. Every statement is carefully curated, safe, and politically harmless, a performance designed to appear like leadership while avoiding any real confrontation with the powers enabling the slaughter of Palestinians. The truth is that time has proven that all of these meetings and urgent calls are nothing more than a deception and a show for headlines. This is a play for international legitimacy, without taking the risks that true leadership demands. Because while these scripted meetings and congratulatory phone calls take place, the ground reality in Gaza is brutal and unapologetic. On the night of Wednesday, August 13th, Israel's military unleashed a massive bombardment on Gaza City ahead of a planned ground takeover. Reportedly, 123 Palestinians were put to death in the last 24 hours alone, the deadliest day in a week. This onslaught adds to the staggering death toll of 61,000 from a nearly two-year-long war that has turned Gaza, home to over 2 million people, into a graveyard and a prison. Simultaneously, Palestinian resistance groups continued discussions with Egyptian mediators, while Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu reiterated the idea, also supported by US President Donald Trump, that Palestinians should simply leave to facilitate his goal of ethnically cleansing Gaza. Netanyahu told Israeli channel I-24 News, "They're not being pushed out, they'll be allowed to exit. All those who are concerned for the Palestinians should open their gates and stop lecturing us." Of course, the world is so stupid that they will believe the lies of Netanyahu that the Palestinians are only allowed to exit and their lands won't be stolen from them. Think about that. In full public view, the leader of Israel openly speaks of ethnic cleansing, of removing Palestinians from their homeland. He does this with impunity. Why? He understands there won't be any repercussions. Not from the US, not from the UN, and certainly not from the Arab leaders who sit idle, issue statements, and shake hands, all while Gaza burns. History will remember who stood with the oppressed. They engaged in political maneuvers while starving, eliminating, and erasing an entire people from their own land. That's all for today. If you found the video informative, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Jazak Allahu Khairan.